this is Steve Akley, the ABV Barrel Shop, and I'm here today, part 2 of 2, where I'm talking about Old Louisville, a company out of Louisville, Kentucky that is doing some great things with some really old whiskey, which is pretty awesome. This is part 2 because last week, and I don't know, you don't have to watch 1 to be able to watch 2, but maybe if you want to, watch part 1 where I review a brandy cask finished bourbon that we had. Today I'm going to be talking about a wheated bourbon. Comes in at, let's see here, 118 proof, and it is a 7-year wheated bourbon offering, which is pretty darn cool. We'll talk about that in just a second. I also want to say that recently had something kind of awesome. So this couple comes into the ABV Barrel Shop where I'm at right now. They walk in, and it was a husband and wife, and the husband tells me, hey, this is cool. I didn't know where I'm going. It's my birthday weekend, and my wife is surprising me. They're from Chicago, and they came down to St. Louis for a St. Louis weekend. Now, she didn't tell them any of the stuff that she planned out. So the first stop, though, was the ABV Barrel Shop. Stop number 1. And how they found out about us was the YouTube channel. So they actually saw one of these videos like we're watching right now. Maybe if those folks are watching this video, sorry I don't remember your names, but hello, and appreciate you coming in. That was a fun thing to do, and glad you were able to taste some great whiskey here and pick up a few bottles. That was pretty awesome. And you guys consider the same thing. If you're here, you're coming to St. Louis, we've got a lot of fun things to do, whether you're watching some of the sports teams or you want to see some of the museums that we've got here. Many of them are free. Also some great attractions. We're also in the middle of the country, so maybe you're driving somewhere else, and we're a great pull-off point where you can come in and hang out here. Or if you're just cutting through town because you are going somewhere else, feel free to stop in here. Maybe you're in Kentucky and you're driving down to New Orleans. Great place to stop, pull off, take a rest, come in and see what we have going on. We're right off the highway. We're right off Highway 55. Which is one of the main arteries here in the St. Louis area. So I encourage you to come by and see us and see what we've got going on. One of the things that I didn't mention either last week as we talk about this wheated bourbon that we've got is all Old Louisville products come with a cool velvet bag. So great presentation, $100 bottle. If you're buying this as a gift or something like that, it's pretty cool. A lot of people come in, I want to buy something for my boss, and he's got a big bourbon collection, or she has a great big bourbon collection. I need something a little bit different. So, they might not have tried this brand because it's, like I said, relatively new, available primarily in Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know how spread out they are. We're certainly one of the first states to get them. So, this is something different. Makes a great gift because it comes in the bag that you see here, and just makes for a great presentation. It can be just a cool thing for yourself, or you got a bottle share coming up with your bourbon club. Again, you come in, you got to carry it in the velvet bag, right? I mean, you don't just come walking in with the bottle like, here's my, no, you come strolling in with this. Everybody's like, whoa, I want that. Well, maybe that's not a good thing if you don't want to share, but yeah, it's kind of what those things are all about, right? That's the cool thing. Even when your bourbon club drinks all of your bottle, it's a compliment because it's meant to be shared, and it means that you brought a winner, and I think that's a good thing. It helps people to elevate too, because maybe you come in and you bring this bottle, you got the cool bag, and then you walk out and, my God, it's empty at the end of the night. You know what? Other people are going to challenge themselves to find cool things because they know that you put the effort in to find something cool. So that is one of the reasons why you want to get something like that takes it up a notch. You don't want to walk in with the Wild Turkey 101 and drop that on the table at a bourbon share. I get it. It's great whiskey. I drink it all the time. I love Wild Turkey 101. I'm not slamming Wild Turkey 101, but there's a time and place for it. Sitting around the house drinking, sure. At a restaurant, at a bourbon bar even. Maybe you don't want to drop, $25 or $50 on a pour. Get the Wild Turkey 101. It's great. It's great whiskey. Bottle share, this is going to make your impact. All right, let's give this thing a taste. Again, this is a wheated bourbon that we've got here. Let's give a pour of this thing. See what we got here on the nose. Oh, it's just, again, a bomb on the nose. You've got so many things going on here. Again, this one also comes across with some fruit notes to it. Not necessarily like with the brandy, not as strong as that, but more light, subtle fruit notes. Again, soft, sweet, no kind of peppery notes at all. Again, makes sense. It's a wheated bourbon. Again, classic bourbon notes. I'm also getting some orange citrus on here, which was a little bit different than what we had last week. In addition to those classic bourbon notes, I always just say classic bourbon notes. You guys know what that means, right? I mean, that's your vanillas, your caramels, your oaks, those type of things. The things that define what bourbon is, really, and probably can be found in any good bourbon for sure. If it's missing that, it's probably missing being a bourbon. So, all right, let's give this thing a taste, see what we got here. Here we go. Man, this thing, again, it is kind of fruity up front. There's a little spice to it in the middle, and it lingers forever. I mean, even the little, you're getting some of the little zingers on your tongue, which again, you don't expect. You expect that more with a high rye bourbon or a rye whiskey. I'm getting some of that going on here. So it sticks with you a little bit. I would say in the middle of this thing, you got the fruity notes up front, but then it's kind of like bubble gum in the middle there. And then it finishes out on a little bit of an oak note. And again, that long finish that just keeps going and going. So again, excellent choice. I mean, that is some really great whiskey. So two great offerings here from Old Louisville that we reviewed the last 2 weeks. We had the brandy cask finish last week. This week we've got the wheated bourbon. Both are available at the ABV Barrel Shop. Come by, try before you buy, give them a taste, buy a bottle, and don't forget, get the bag too. You need that. All right, that's it for today. We'll see you next week when we're talking about something else. I don't know what it's going to be because this is the end of a 2-part series. I don't know there's no 3-part next week, so I don't know what's happening. See ya.